Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I believe it's a wonderful day today. And I've just been informed that there are still people at the reception signing up. So that's really good news. So I'm going to be on stage for a while, talk to you a little as the delegates start to stroll in, yeah? We are very happy to work with BuildTech Asia to run this half-day forum around how AI and robotics can pave the way for smart construction. In fact, this is a hot topic, and it runs in many ways how technology can be very efficient. I'll share with you some slides as we kick off, but what's more important is to learn from the experts that we've invited to stage today. Yeah, I guess AI as a technology has started to move into multiple areas, multiple sectors, even sectors that we originally didn't think about, such as the arts, the design space. Now we have a technology that can start to be a little bit more creative on how that can be done. And we're living in actually a very exciting era, right? I'm very sure also our younger ones, our next generation, will even find technology more exciting. My name's Oliver Tien. Some of you may already know me. And the music that we just played, the audio, is signature to AIBotics. AIBotics is an event that Apara organizes year after year, as in AI in robotics. So the end goal is really to try and make robotics a lot more intelligent, smarter in every way that we think possible. I want to explain a little bit about our organization. Right? Apara is an organization that fits into the Singapore environment, and we do a lot of work with demand and supply coming together. We are also part of a global network. It's called the Global Robot Cluster. And the Global Robot Cluster is a network of 22 countries around the world. Our focus is around AI and robotics, particularly in the service sector, in the non-manufacturing sectors. Right? So we look at robotics in construction, of course, in education, in healthcare, in retail. Last week we had an event together with Spring Robotics in the energy sector, right? And so on and so forth. So it's really exciting. We collaborate a lot, we work together a lot amongst the member countries to look at technology in that space itself. Some of the things that we do, and we certainly welcome any of you to join us in our trip around the world to look at technology that we can bring closer to our discussion. Of course, during the pandemic, we ran a couple of webinars. In total, we have 25 webinars, 3 hours each. So you add up together, we have quite an interesting repository of speakers from Oxford University, from BGU in Israel, Auckland University, RMIT. We even have a Japanese talk about the Society 5.0, and so on and so forth. I think technology, honestly speaking, is one of the key punchwords today in any sector, right? I came across this particular booklet, and I read it, and I thought, wow, strong message, right? Adapt or die. And we're definitely seeing this across different sectors today. Construction is not spared. We certainly need to understand the technology and establish how and what the best way to leverage the technology, and in our terms, in what Apara would say, augment human capability and extend our potential. If we are concerned about technology, then there will be tremendous challenges that we face. But if we can appreciate and understand the technology, we have room to leverage this technology to support us and help us do better. There's a book around unlimited resources, and I encourage all of you to read that, because it talks about how and what the best way we can take technology to help us gain additional productivity. AI and robotics fits well into the build industry. I came across this diagram from Roland Berger, right? And it's structured in such a way that if we look at BIM as a backbone of the construction solution, in every piece of activity when BIM is activated, there is an element where AI and robotics can play an active role to support your solution to help you move forward. You can easily Google Roland Berger, right? And you'll be able to find this particular diagram. And that's a whole ebook that's available for you to read and understand what is possible. I concur with this particular roadmap on the adoption of AI and robotics technology. Berger suggested that we should not fear the technology. In fact, AI, as it is today, brings about 2 C's, right? One is confusion, right? We do not know what this big elephant is about. We do not know what it can do, and many people tell you one part of it and not the whole thing. It's just like this huge elephant where you look at the tail, you look at the ears, you look at the trunk, and we think that's AI, right? But AI actually encompasses a huge, huge dimension of what's possible. The second is concern. You're concerned what this technology means to you and how it's going to affect your life. You're concerned if it's going to displace jobs. And my view and what Apara stands for is we believe the technology will augment your capability and help you do more. We go on the punchline of 0 to 1 and 1 plus. If there are things that you are unable to do or don't want to do or unable to do, technology should help you do it and achieve that task. Go from 0 to 1. And 1 plus refers to the fact that actually you can use technology to achieve more. 0 to 1, 1 plus. And that message is what we convey and tell a lot of people. And hence, AI and robotics in the build industry has a huge potential in terms of dovetailing your current processes and helping you to achieve a lot more. I'd like to share you this particular message. Max Planck, as some of you may know, is the father of quantum physics. I like a lot of things that they do. I'm looking forward to the day quantum technology becomes part of our life. And that will accelerate AI and robotics to a very different level. But Max shared this message with us. And I read and quote him, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." I'll repeat that. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. In other words, a lot of times, right, our inability to adopt technology rests in our mindset. If we think deeper, if we think about what we can achieve and do, right, and you try to look at things from a different perspective, we as human beings have the capability to look at things and see beyond that 9 dots. And AI technology, robot technology are here today, right, to help you look beyond the current 9 dots and achieve more within your potential, within the capability of your organization. I'll leave you with this last comment. AI will not replace you. It's just a technology, but those who knows AI will. So if you're out there in the build industry, right, you should not be afraid of AI, but you should be afraid of your industry partners, your competitors who's using AI, because they will have an edge over you. Let me just now run a video, which I thought would be interesting, before I pass you on to our first keynote speaker. We heard a lot about metaverse, and I found this video on YouTube, and I thought it would be interesting to just watch it for 2 minutes. Please run the video.
At its most basic, the metaverse is a virtual reality space that allows people from all over the world to interact with each other and the metaverse itself. Currently in its infancy, industries all over have begun testing out its capabilities. So we thought we'd ask, how could the metaverse impact the future of construction? Augmented and virtual reality have already found their way into construction with things like BIM project proposals, reviews, clash detections, and much more. A metaverse would build on these capabilities by providing a testing ground to simulate real-world tasks. Contractors could even run build phase simulations to determine the best fit scenario, balancing labor, materials, machinery, and other key factors. Once built, these buildings could also be digitized as digital twins, not just on their own, but as a network of assets. Simulated tasks could run in this controlled digital universe, meaning less disruption and the analysis of infinitely more scenarios than could ever be replicated in the physical world. Examples could be testing 5G in an urban environment or sound acoustics of a space. And as the Internet of Things becomes more of a reality, with more common technologies connected together, the metaverse could be used as a visual guidebook and data monitoring platform, further analyzing IoT data for things like smart energy grids, connected farms and businesses, and driverless cars and advanced traffic monitoring. And as we've seen in the growth of virtual design and construction, building a structure or project in a 3D space has had many benefits, providing a visual example of the built environment in early design phases, ultimately giving owners, designers, and contractors the ability to meet within the space, evaluating everything from light placement to traffic flow. It could also aid in city planning and infrastructure reviews, as our digital and physical worlds continue to merge as one. Engineers and architects could even someday work with a VR headset within the metaverse, building the plans within the digital universe. Even though the metaverse is a ways out, these possibilities could have great improvements in efficiency and allow the industry to evolve into system thinkers, first in a 3D environment before any real-world construction is started. The expanding technology could also be a great way to bring the younger, tech-savvy generation into the construction workforce. For more construction content you might dig, subscribe to Constructible.
I believe many of you in the build industry would have come across Constructible. You can subscribe to this magazine. There's a lot of resources inside there that can help you understand how technology can be leveraged in your business itself. So what we are talking about is the possibility of leveraging different aspects, different technologies, from AI to robotics, and of course, in the virtual space, the metaverse. And what drives metaverse actually has a lot of technology which you are probably adopting today, and there are probably more that you can consider with AI and IoT coming together to support you in your creation of new